Tushtuvagum Shastanuvi Bashima Devahitam Yadayuhu Swasti na Indro Vrittasravaha Swasti na Pusha Vishyavedaha Swasti Nastaksha Arishtanemihi Swasti no Brihaspatir Dadhatu. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. It's a prayer that, O God, please bless me so that I can hear, I can listen the positive words. Bless me so that I can see the good things in this world. Bless me so that my body, mind, that also becomes strong and capable to understand those things so that I can serve the God. So now then, an individual God, they are praying to Indra, then Pusha, that means the sun, like that. And then finally, Shanti, 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 let there be peace, peace and peace. Friends, today we will be discussing about a very interesting subject, and today will be that human is known as meaning-seeking creature. Viktor E. Frankl, in his book Logotherapy, he discussed this human search for meaning. Long back, the great thinkers of India, who are known as the Muni thinkers, in Sanskrit Muni, they also dedicated themselves to search for the meaning and concluded that the goal of human is peace and happiness. But this peace and happiness cannot be achieved unless and until the human is getting the answer to vital questions. One is, why this creation? Another, who is the creator? So these are the two questions always haunted the human mind, and they searched. In this series, the lecture, the Saga of the Soul, which we began on 8th February 2015. This one has become very old. Now 2015 we started, and today we will conclude by Samanvaya Vada, the Vivekananda school of philosophy. Today will be the 78th lecture on this series. And we have already traveled, we have already discussed, we have already studied the Vedas, 4 Vedas, and Upanishads, major Upanishads, and all the philosophies, the darshans. The philosophy of India, both heterodox and orthodox, both the philosophies. And today we will conclude the Samanvaya Vada, unity in diversity. Samanvaya is the unity in diversity. Friends, I just, as a passing remark, we can say, what is Muni? Again and again in the Indian scripture, they talk about the Munis. What's the Munis? It says that Muni, in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, they are giving the definition, Tamitam Vedanubachanena Brahmana Vividishanti. Vividishanti means wish to realize. Yajnena, wish to realize what? Vedanubachanena, Veda Anubachanena, according to the injunction, instructions of the Veda, Brahmana, the thinkers, they want to know, wish to realize what? Yajnena, Danena, Tapusa, Nashakena. How they will do it? First is Yajna. You know the Yajna means again and again, whatever work that we do in unselfish way is Yajna. And also traditionally Yajna means performing some rituals according to the injunction of the Veda. There is also Yajna. Then Danena, giving charity, people. Now, a lot of people are helping us. Of course, we need much more because of the pipe connections, water, you have seen, so much is going on. The Danena, the really wonderful people. I just sent out a letter and told we are in difficulty, we need some help. Immediately people started writing, and not only that, they are also writing to their friends. Why don't you come out and help the Swamiji? So that way, this is called dana. Do you think just they are sending the money? No. They are performing a ritual. And by that way, their mind is free from kalmasha, papa. All the past deed that we have done, that can be removed through yajnena, danena, then tapasa. What is the tapasa? Self-effort to control the mind so that it should not go to the selfish side, it should go to unselfish way. So that is called tapasya. By that way, you are clean, nashakena, tameva viditva. Then they realize the truth. Tvam eva viditva. Tvam means that God, the reality, the Brahman, viditva. After knowing that, they become muni. So these munis, they have also researched on that. This idea of Samanvaya, unity, was always present in the Upanishads. Upanishads are Veda. Then in the Bhagavad Gita and also Bhagavata, which is the life of Sri Krishna, and many other scriptures. In Brihadaranyaka Upanishad we find it is said there is no diversity whatsoever in it. It's not God or God is it. That's consciousness. So in a different way they have expressed. They have said that means the consciousness. So there is no diversity whatsoever in it. No diversity, and then they added whatsoever. There are different type of diversities. You know, we have already discussed, those who are regularly attending this philosophy class, you know, there are different type of differences. Sajatiya, Vijatiya, Swagata, Veda. Then Sajatiya, from the same species there are differences. The cows, there's a black and white cows. And similarly, Sajatiya, they are cows, are same, but by color they are different. Vijatiya, the tree and the cow. And Swagata, the same cow or the human being having the hands, the legs, and the different limbs. No such differences. So one means one. And that conception is so vast, so big, so unfathomable. So they are neha nana asti kinchana. In Sanskrit it says nya iha. Na, negative, iha, here, nana asti, different. Kinchana, even a little. There's nothing, no difference. Same we find in the Chandogya Upanishad. It says, in the beginning there was only being. Then it repeats, one only without a second. The being, what type of being? The consciousness. One only, without a second. And in Sanskrit it said, and in a very poetical way, Sadeva Saumya idam agra asit, ekam eva aditiyam. Very nicely it puts. The little bit of Sanskrit. We have the classes here regularly. You can join every Saturday. So they are having the class, a little bit of Sanskrit. Ekam, one, eva, truly, aditiyam, no two. When there is no two, what remains? That. So that is the way, the way of expression is so perfect. You cannot find out any fault. You cannot raise any question on that. Ekam, eva, aditiyam. There was no problem in accepting this ideology, this philosophy by the thinkers. They all accepted, yes. But the problem is the differences arose in explaining the creation. About the creator, okay, we can understand. You say one, okay, it is one. But what is this? So many varieties. How from the one so many varieties came? So that there the differences of opinions. So different type of thoughts comes in the mind. The other day I was meditating in the morning and suddenly it's a strong thought current came. So because I feel really very sorry. In the name of religion, people are killing each other. All the politics, all the land grabbing, all the economy, everything in the name of religion. Religion is not to be blamed. So I was thinking, if we could start one school, an university, higher level, only to teach philosophy, University of World Philosophy. And when some people I find that they are giving millions of dollars to this and that, and why don't you understand that? So I am sending out my thoughts if they reach it. Anyway, so this is really, really necessary. Where we differ, not in the truth. Truth is one, we all accept. But we differ only in explaining this universe. And universe is so many. How one and without a second became many? Philosophers differed on this point, and we have already studied different views. Dualism, qualified monism, monism, absolute monism. I think you all remember that, and if you don't, then the YouTube is there to remind you. So all this we have already discussed, and when there is thesis, always antithesis. Anything that you say as a thesis, immediately there will be someone who will raise the voice and say, why not this? So thesis and antithesis, this is very common. It goes on and it went on and on and on. Very recently, someone, the God himself felt it is synthesis is necessary. Thesis, antithesis, and the synthesis. And Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna gave that synthesis to the world, and that through his excellent disciple, Swami Vivekananda. The Sri Ramakrishna and Vivekananda are both Advaitin. Those who have read the biography, you know. Apparently it looks different, but they are pure Advaitin. But the Advaita, what is then the difference philosophy, the Swami Vivekananda? The philosophy is in not only understanding, applying also. So that is what Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna termed as Vijnana, Vijnani, not only Jnani. I know this is this, but that is all right. What about the application? So Vijnani, he goes out and helps the people understanding everything. And Jnani, they are very, very cautious only to realize that knowledge. Neti, neti, na iti, not this, not this. Thousands of years, the monks, they used to run away from the society and they will be there in the secluded places and they will be in the forest. And if they see that some people are approaching, they used to throw the stone. Go away. We don't like to talk to you. Why? Our mind will be diverted if you are coming and talking and telling your tales. And people are crying, they are wailing. We need clothing, so we need food, we need all help from the society, but then we stone those people and say, go away. The philosophy is there, but what about the application? That is exactly what Sri Ramakrishna Vivekananda did. And they were pure Advaitin. Apparently it looked that Swami Vivekananda, he thought that he is a pujari, he is a worshipper of goddess Kali. And in the beginning, this young boy used to think in that way. Then afterwards he understood they're completely different. Many think Sri Ramakrishna as a devotee followed the path of bhakti. That is no doubt. But the same reality is regarded as personal, swaguna, is the bhakti. What is the bhakti and jnani? People, they always think about the jnana and bhakti and all that. And most of the time they will be talking, the majority of the people, particularly the Indians who are here, the science-based, so naturally they think jnana is the path that we can understand, we can follow. And what is the difference? The same truth, when you think as personal, swaguna, with attributes, he loves, he cares, and he is thinking about us, and he is responding also if we are praying. That is called swaguna. There is a quality. Then he is accepting all those things. This swaguna, that's called bhakti yoga, the path of devotion. And the nirguna, impersonal, nothing is there. And that is called jnana yoga. Sometimes the people, they come and ask us to teach meditation. Sitting over there in the office itself, I say, try to think about a light, a lamp. It is flickering. That particular flame slowly stop flickering. Forget about the lamp. Only think about the flame. And then slowly you will go into that light. That is jnana yoga. No personal, impersonal. The meditation through the mark of the jnana. Meditation through the mark of the bhakti. Sri Ramakrishna introduced these and also taught that to Swami Vivekananda, understanding the levels of people. Again and again he said, mother knows who can digest what type of food. So in the house, she is preparing the same item in a different type of dishes. So he knows that this will be good for the people. When they bring food for me, they only bring the boiled. And in the another container, it will be nice oil and ghee, and then that I only see and bless those who are eating, let them leave as long as they like. So I cannot taste that because of now this is the thing always, same thing, ingredients are same, serving in a different fashion. Why? According to the taste, according to the condition of the body. Same way, the same religion, that is called Samanvaya. Now the jnanis, they always hated the bhaktas. The bhaktas always doubted and kept the distance. Oh, they are jnanis, they're dry people, don't go to them. It happened. So this is called Samanvaya. And who is making it? Sri Ramakrishna. And then pouring that wonderful knowledge in the mind of his disciple. And here the bhakta thinks, I and thou, I and you, O God. And jnani thinks, I am thou. There is the difference. The bhakta thinks the divine grace is the sole means. Unless you are helping me, I won't get the liberation. That is the approach of the devotee. And the jnani, self-effort, I don't need your help. I will realize it. So these are the differences. The bhakti start with a faith, and that's called paraksha. And jnana is the inquiry into the nature of the own self. And the goal is aparaksha, not taking any help directly. So this is, and the jnana and bhakti, they are also same. Who said that? The great devotee, Ramanuja. He is telling bhaktischa jnana vishesha. What is devotion? Is a kind of knowledge, special knowledge. So this why I explaining these so that it will be easy for us to understand. Now, the Advaita has two distinct characteristics. When you say the Advaita, it has two distinct characteristics, the philosophy you have to understand. What is that? First, direct mystic experience of non-dual reality. Direct mystic experience of the non-dual reality, and another is system of philosophy. So these are the two characteristics. We started the philosophy, argument, counter-argument, and try to establish that. But that is one thing. But when you are there, you see, you taste, you merge in that, that is a different experience. When people, when I was not getting the visa to come over here, all my nearby people, they were going on giving different type of opinions, not knowing anything. So they were telling that this is the way you should approach, and someone telling that you know the President of India, why don't you request him? He will request the President of America, that you will get the visa. That is a very small thing to request that, it is not necessary. It goes on and on and on, but there is a process, very wonderful systematic process. According to the rule, according to the law, they will give. And particularly the Western country and America, at least now, till today, we do not know what will happen afterwards. So this is followed, system. This is the rule, and accordingly it will go. So here also we find, when you come here, then you understand. When you mix with the people, then you understand. When you have the direct experience, you understand. This is one thing. And people are going on arguing, no, this is that. That is philosophy. Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna realized the reality, that being, B capital, which is termed as Brahman. And then he went beyond that jnana. Knowing is the jnana. Then he went beyond that. That is called Vijnana. The experience of these, he pointed out to his own body and said, has crossed even the experiences of the Veda. Ekankar anubhuti ved Vedanta chadiye geche. So it has crossed that limit of the knowledge that is enshrined in the Veda, gone beyond that. What is that? Vijnana. That is called Vijnani. And what is that Vijnani? Jo kuch hai so tu hi hai. Whatever you see is nothing but that, thou, the God. His disciple Vivekananda was also, in the beginning, a pure Dvaitin. He used to worship Lord Shiva. And then, he tried slowly, and then afterwards he followed the path of the Brahma Samaj, the God without form. That's also duality. And then finally anchored his faith in Advaita through a sudden experience by the grace of his Guru. And those who are the student of Vivekananda's biography, they know what happened. One day Sri Ramakrishna was explaining, this is a really point to note, very interesting, a man who is a pujari, he is a worshipper, he is a priest, and he is worshipping an idol, Kali, goddess Kali. That still that image is there in the Dakshinesha. And there he was doing that, and then he was explaining his experience to his beloved disciple, and he said, "See, I have seen one reality in everything, in divergent thing." What type of thing? He was explaining even the puja vessels that you see, and threshold of the temple door, and a cat over there lying, and the holy image of goddess Kali, everything made of the same consciousness. If this is not pure Advaita, then what is Advaita? Through the approach of the Dvaita, he is reaching to the pure Advaita and proving it is possible. And by that way, slowly trying to make his disciple prepared for this philosophy, Samanvaya Vada. But the disciple was not ready. He was laughing. And he was telling, my God, even the utensils are gods. Then you know that Sri Ramakrishna came and just touched him. He was a very, very powerful guru. Just by touch, immediately he changed his whole mind, and Vivekananda started feeling that oneness in everything, and it continued for 3 long days. 3 days and 3 nights he was in that condition. And then by the grace of his guru again that gone away. Otherwise, most of the ordinary people, after 21 days, they die. Why? After that experience, you forget the body, you don't maintain the body, you don't eat food or drink. For 21 days it is possible, then they die. But Vivekananda has to leave. So Sri Ramakrishna helped him to come down from the knowledge, but that was very strongly imprinted. The statements of we know that another incident that happened, that was by the grace of Guru. This is one. I am talking about the first of the philosophy of Advaita Vedanta. The first is direct mystical experience. By the grace of his Guru, Vivekananda got it. Now, that was the grace of the Guru. What about me? Self-effort. I should try, I should try, I should try. He was going on trying and trying, and it happened in the August 1890 in the Himalayan region, Almora, and that's called Kakri Ghat. Almora is the district, and then there's the Kakri Ghat is a place. It's a beautiful place. Sitting under a peepal tree, he realized that, and in his own words, I am quoting, I have just passed through one of the greatest moments of my life. Here, under this peepal tree, the greatest problems of my life has been solved. And friends, that particular peepal tree recently fell down. And our Ramakrishna Mission Swamis, they collected those woods. And someone known to me, he has sent that particular small piece of wood for me. It is here with us. I wish I could show it to you. Inside there's an almirah, and I have kept that. And Maya, will you please help me see that particular? So that piece I will bring, Maya will bring it, and you can see, you can touch. And that is the tree under which Vivekananda sat, and then he realized this one truth. And what was that? The greatest problem of my life has been solved. I have found the oneness of the microcosm with the macrocosm. Microcosm and the macrocosm. What is all this universe is within me. In this microcosm of the body, everything that is there in the macrocosm, in this universe, in this world, exists. I have seen the whole universe. And that is the experience of oneness in different diversity. And from here, from this experience, he became Samanvaya Vada. When the people was criticizing the other people, you are sinner, you are sinner, it was impossible for him to bear, and he said, it is a sin to call a man so. Man can never be the sinners. The question of spirit and material is age-old. In Bhagavata, the biography of Sri Krishna, we find King Parikshit, the great king, is eager to know from the great sage Shukadeva. And he was asking, the king was asking to Shukadeva, Honorable Sir, how does Atman, which is spirit and non-material, came to have a body that is material? And in reply to this question, Shukadeva, the great sage, he said, O king, except in terms of the inert power of the Lord, without understanding the power of the Lord, inherent power of the Lord, it is not possible to explain how self can become body. Self can have body. Taking the hint from these Shukadeva's words, Shankaracharya very strongly established the theory of Maya. We have already studied that to explain the phenomena. This is apparent, not real. What is the Maya? It is apparent. It is covering and then throwing on that. Swami Vivekananda's philosophy is also based on Brahman, Atman, Maya. Brahman is the complete consciousness. Atman, the same consciousness reflected on the ego of individual. The I consciousness is a reflection. It is not truly there. It is a reflection only. And sometimes some people, they see the same sun reflected on so many varieties of water. You keep as many water pot and then sun reflection will be there. So like that you can see the same sun in so many varieties. But here it says, the Swami Vivekananda in London, in one of his famous lecture, Swamiji is telling, just like a true Vedantin, he is telling, people ask, how one reality became many? Thank you, man. Oh, this is okay. In London, he is asking this. People ask how one reality became many. The answer to this question is Maya Vada. Vada means the theory. Maya Vada, it is the theory of Maya. In reality, one has not become Maya, many. It is only superimposition. In the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, if you read the same knowledge, there will be repeating again and again and again. And in the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, they say, why we love each other? Not because of the body, but because of the soul. The husband is loving the wife and wife is loving the husband because of the soul present in that. But we do not understand that. That is ignorance. But we love each other. We love our children. We love our neighbors. We love our animals. We love our birds. We love each and everything because of the consciousness present in that. When my dog die, what I do? I don't keep that dead body. All these days, I used to bathe that dog, I used to feed him, I used to take him for walking, and so much love I gave to that particular creature. But when something is absent in that particular body, which I used to love so much, now I send it somewhere else. Why? So that is the thing we must understand. It is the Atman, it is the consciousness that we love, not the body. So here he is telling like this, it is a superimposition. You are unnecessarily thinking that I am loving the body. No, we don't love the cage. We love the original thing, but that is called the Atman. His reference was Chandogya Upanishad also, where it says, Anritena hi patudhaha. Anritena means the falsehood. The covered by ignorance. Why can't we understand this? Why can't we see this? Because of the covered of the ignorance. And as a philosopher, the Swami Vivekananda explained 3 steps. Every philosopher has to explain. What is that? That is prameya. Prameya means object. What is the object of your philosophy? Then pramata, that is the knower. Who is going to that object, wants to know that object. And third is pramana, how you are going to realize. So that is, first is the object I want to know, and second is the one who wants to know, third the process by which you like to know. These are the 3 questions, and sometimes it is said tattva. The tattva bid, sometimes Swami's name will be Tattva Vidananda. Tattva. What is that Tattva? Tattva means Jiva, Jagat and Ishvara. The Jiva, that is this all beings, Jagat, this whole universe, and the Creator, Ishvara. And that is called the soul, the universe and the God, that is called Tattva, these three. And Swami Vivekananda, based on this philosophy, he gave the answers. What is that? What are the pramanas? What are the processes by which one can realize the truth? As a philosopher, he said, Pratyaksha and Shruti. He gave the importance on the Pratyaksha. You must, each and every one of you should realize God. That's why in the Ramakrishna mission, the motto is Atmana Mokshartham. First, you must have to realize your own self. But at the same time, what is the process? Jagat hitaya cha. Cha means and. By helping others in this universe. This is the unique Samanvaya. All these years, before Vivekananda, all they said, there is the consciousness, there is Brahman. We have read that right from the Veda. But none said, all this being that is all around you, and you were thinking that they are illiterate, they are knowledgeable, they are rich, they are poor, they are this, they are that, so many varieties. Wrong. That is your ignorance. They are all that consciousness manifested in different forms. And here in the Kathopanishad also, the same thing he is telling, Ekas tatha sarva bhutanta atma rupam prati rupa bahischa. The self inside all beings, though one assumes a form in respect of each shape, and yet it is outside. The fire, in those days, only that they could understand, so they are giving the example of the fire. When it is burning a house, it takes the form, the shape of the house. I was seeing the picture how in the California those things are burning. I don't know how people are surviving, and these people are really very courageous people. And houses are burning exactly in the form of the house. The trees are burning. The fire is just in the form of the tree. And the Kathopanishad, understanding this, because that was jungle, all the time they were experiencing this type of fire. So they are giving the example from that experience. As the fire is entering into different shape, different name, but same fire, taking different name and form, similarly the Atman has entered into it. The individual soul is considered as Pratyak Atma, is a terminology, Sanskrit terminology. Individual self called Pratyak Atma, sometimes Jiva Atma, sometimes Sutra Atma, sometimes only Atma. There are different times, different names they have given. And what is that actually? Consciousness reflecting on the ego. But what is Brahman? Is the pure, unchanging consciousness. And here, the Advaitavadi Vivekananda, he says that higher dimension of Atman is known as Brahman. Atman, this self, individually within me, when it is in a very huge form, that's called Brahman. Now it's a small pond. Now here when you are coming, of course now it is frozen. The small round and the water is there. That is also water. And the same water, if it goes and mixes in that Michigan lake with just a huge body, same water. And similarly, all the jivas that we see, the individual small, the same jivas, when combined together as if, suppose you combine together, it is huge, but again that question we should remember, and also the answer we should remember, does it mean that the sum total consciousness manifesting in different names and form. Exhausted? No. It remains outside. Then how it is? Reflection. It is not real conversion. It is only reflection. So that way, Brahman is only quantitative expansion of the individual soul and nothing else. Both are the same. Swami Vivekananda understood that the highest and the most perfect system of philosophy is not a single philosophy. It is not possible. The monism, absolute monism, or dualism, or qualified monism, all different, take one. No, it cannot be the perfect. So that is the way, he said, the highest and the most perfect system of philosophy is not the single system, but the sum total of all philosophies, each providing a different view of the same reality. This is what is known as Vivekananda's Samanvaya Vada, the combination of all. And Swamiji is giving an example. What is that? The same sun is observed from different places and angles, will look different, but in reality it is the same sun. So this is the, now in the other side of the globe, in India and all that, in the area, it is night. They can't see the sun. And does it mean that there is no sun? We see the sun. Now someone, if you are talking from the India and say, oh, it is night, good night, why you say good night? This is a day only. And if you fight, what it will be? Both are right, both are correct, but in different situation, the same truth manifests in different form. Accepting the fact that the creator Brahman and the creation Jiva are the one, Vivekananda gave stress on human. One person came and he was telling, sir, you were in America and you were so many American devotees, they are coming along with you. You must be having a lot of money with you. So why don't you give me some donation? No, what for? We like to save the cows. Save the cows? But there are so many human beings, they are dying. The drought and all these things were going on. So I am collecting funds to help those human beings. No, human being is dying because of their karma phala. Because of their past karma, they are suffering. But we should protect the cows. You know, why we are so interested? Cows can eat anything that they get, but the human being cannot. Now, cows are our mother, so obviously we have to protect the cows. Then Swami Vivekananda said, I can now understand, cow is your mother, otherwise who will produce you? You must be a cow. So, like that, I'm sorry, but that way, he became so angry, he said, so that is the importance he gave. But we know why? Just not emotion. The thing is this, in Bhagavata we find the beautiful way it is explaining. In the next we will take up the Bhagavata. There's a very unique book. It's a combination of devotion and knowledge. The Brahman projected the universe. He first created the cosmic. Then he created the organic at various levels of evolution. Then he was totally unsatisfied. Why? So Narada came and he was asking, why you are unsatisfied, dissatisfied? You have created. The problem is, he said, see all this creation, all these insects, the plants and the animals and the birds, if I take that form, I won't be able to come back to my own self. I need something, someone exactly like me, so that I can come back to my own self. So he thought to rediscover himself, he needed someone like him, and then he projected the human form. The man is created out of his, that in the Christianity, in the Bible it says, own image, God's own image. Here also, in the Bhagavata it says, Man was created exactly at the image of that Brahman. Why? Because Brahman wanted to realize back that he is the consciousness. What is the speciality in human being? Consciousness. That is there in the head, and we can cognize, we can thought, we can discriminate. That power is there. And that's why again and again the human head is so important. Human brain is so important because it can discriminate. Swami Vivekananda in his philosophy gave the importance to this human. Divinity of man is in a potential state. The goal is to actualize it in life. And in his own words, he said, when his disciples, Vivekananda's disciple, Sister Nivedita said, "What is your philosophy?" Then he said, "My philosophy can be said in 2 sentences. To make people aware about their divine nature and to help them to manifest it. That is my philosophy. I am not going to put the consciousness, the divine nature, divinity, into the hearts of the human being. They are already there. But only I have to go and make them conscious so that they can, and I will help them to manifest it." This Ramakrishna mission all over the world in different ways, the same philosophy we are following. Why these Sunday classes? Why these going out and meeting the people? And some people, they are inviting me, I go to their parlor, in their houses and meeting the people and then talking. The same thing we are doing again and again everywhere. What is the purpose? Only one. Not that we have to develop the connections, not that we have to increase our followers. Our only goal is to make people aware about their divine nature. What is the divine nature? Love, without any selfishness. That is divine nature. As a practice of this philosophy, he introduced union of different spiritual paths. And in a beautiful way, he explained. He was a very good cook. So he was explaining that I want to put the whole philosophy together. How? The intricate and the dry Vedanta, I like to soak in devotion, sweet devotion. The intricate and dry philosophy of Vedanta, I like to soak into the sweet devotion. And then I like to mix in that some different type of taste, some different ingredients I will put into that. And that is called karma. That is the work I will mix into that. And then finally, I will cook it in the kitchen of yoga. So the yoga, then karma, then bhakti, and the jnana, all the 4 together, that will take the shape, and that will be a perfect human being. Otherwise, if you take only one path, it become only one-sided. If you go to some of the, even in the Indian philosophy, Indian religious people, if you go, if they are following the path of devotion, and if you go and talk about, sir, what is about the Atman? Atman, you think about that? Go away, this is not the place. They won't allow you to talk even. Why? What is the problem? Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna gave the hint. He said, some people, they only, the flute, in one, there is only one tune is there. They go on like that. But the others are there, so many holes are there, and they will be putting and releasing, and different type of tunes come. I like that. So unity in diversity, that is the uniqueness of Hinduism. Traditionally, we are following that. And Vivekananda gave the philosophy of the unity in diversity. Shankaracharya spoke about only Advaita. His guru's guru, we have studied. There is no world in this, nothing, no creation at all. Then someone told, no, the devotion is the path, not the, but here we find the Vivekananda's philosophy, and then he is giving the stress that it is the human being who should be given much more importance. And here, if we quote Vivekananda, that is really the rebellious words, and he said, as a sannyasi, he is telling, my gods are those whom by mistake you call as man. And the downtrodden, the illiterate, they are my special object of worship. So this is the combination of jnana, bhakti, karma and yoga. If you see the symbol of the Ramakrishna mission, we don't have the symbol here, but the below, and that if you go in our the hall, you will see the huge symbol. And there, Vivekananda himself drew that. That is the combination of all the four yogas. Why? Because the temperament, some people temperamentally, they are very calm and quiet. Some people are active. Some people are emotional. Some people are very rational. All these people come together. If you take one, you have to say no to three. But the beauty, you bring all and make them one. And if you are using all these four forces, you can imagine how quickly you can travel towards the goal. So this is the Vivekananda's philosophy. Friends, this is a wonderful way the Vivekananda puts over here. Now, Bhagavan Sri Ramakrishna, he gave that philosophy, and in a very simple way he said, when you are climbing from the different stairs to reach the terrace, there are so many steps are there. And you are thinking, oh, this is not the terrace, this is not the terrace. You are going on and on. When you reach on the top, you find, oh, the same thing over here also. Same the cement or the wood or the steel, what we have already traveled in the stairs, that is there on the top. Ma Sharadamani Devi, she also propagated also same thing. He said, you should not criticize others. Why? Because they are your own. Jagat Tomar, they are your own. There are so many different varieties of people are there. You should not complain. Some people, one drunkard used to come to mother, and always, the drunkard, they will be starting drinking at about 11 o'clock. 2 o'clock is the best time for them to come out and sing. So on the street they used to sing, and suddenly the drunkards are always, the moment they are fully drunk, they become devotional. And they always try to go to the holy people. And this fellow used to come to mother. The mother's health was not good, but he will be shouting from there, hey, what type of mother you are? I am outside in the street, and there is no one, it is dark, I am afraid, and being a mother, you are sleeping. You should take care of me. And the Saradanandaji, he was afraid that what will happen. He wanted to pacify him. Okay, now you go. But you won't go. Then he will sing a song. And then the mother is to come out. Mother never said that you have to hate that person. No. So that is the unity. That person is also her son. The different type of people. Swami Vivekananda is also the same way. Sri Ramakrishna is also the same way. And Swamiji, he ultimately, he gave a wonderful song, and that it sings like this. And we will conclude with this song where he said, Nahi Shurja Nahi Jyoti, Nahi Shashanka Shundara. He composed that song. Nahi Shurjo, Nahi Jyoti, Nahi Shashanka Sundara. This is Bhagyasri. Those who know the Indian traditional songs, they can understand. Nahi Shurjo, Nahi Jyoti, Nahi Shashanka Sundara. The Surya means the sun, Jyoti, the light, and Shashanka means the moon, beautiful moon, nothing is there. Bhashibo me chaya shamo chabi vishwa chara chara. Only the reflection of this universe, of this world, are reflected and nothing there. Then ultimately it goes down. Dhire dhire chaya dal mohalaye praveshilo. Slowly all the stars and each and everything that we find in the universe, they entered into something where nothing is there. Only one that remains, I. Bahe matra ami ami shedhara anukhana. All the time, I. Then finally, Shedharao banda holo shunne shunna milailo. Shedharao, even that, the flow of I, that also stops in the deep meditation, where there is no two, only one. And his expression is the shunna milailo. Even the akasha, even the space is as if mixing or melting in the space. Then he said that beautiful word, Avang manashogocharam, is a Sanskrit word. He punched into Bengali. Avang manashogocharam, bojhe pran, bojhe jar. Only he who has realized will understand, otherwise he cannot express the feeling of Vang Manasa Gocharam. The mind cannot reach over there. The words cannot express. That is the experience of the true Vedanta, and it comes through Samanvaya, unity. Thank you very much. Thank you for attending this all the classes, and the 78 lectures are over now. You can say that, oh, we are now saved from the philosophies. And the next class, it will be at Sunday, we will observe the Christmas Eve. Please come. It will be beautiful. The songs will be there, descriptions will be there, discussions on Jesus will be there. And from the Hindu point of view also, we will try to understand Jesus. So that, please come. And then the last Sunday is the 31st. We will try to tell you the meditation through the path of Jnana. Meditation through the path of Jnana, that will be. And the next Monday, I mean 1st January, as usual, we will observe the Kalpataru Day. It's the wonderful that time when the God himself manifested in that human form, and whoever came and whatever prayer they did, that was granted. So devotees particularly, they considered that is the particular moment, that is 308 afternoon, 3:08 is the time, and that time whatever you pray, the prayer will be granted. That is the faith, that is the belief, that will be the Kalpataru Day. I will send out all the flyers. Thank you very much. Now when you come, I will show you that particular piece of wood, that people tree under which Swami Vivekananda sat, meditated, solved the problem that we and the God are one. Thank you very much. Let us chant Om Shanti 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 Hari Om. Jyotiji always reminds me if I forget anything. So I forgot to utter this Shanti. Suddenly I looked at him and reminded, oh, something I have forgotten.